Ever wondered how humans discovered this magical beverage we call coffee? Let's travel back in time to the 9th century, to the highlands of Ethiopia, where according to legend, a humble goat herder named Kaldi stumbled upon the secret of coffee. It all started when Kaldi noticed his goats dancing and prancing after eating the red berries from a certain tree. Intrigued by their unusual energy, Kaldi decided to taste the berries himself. Lo and behold, he felt a rush of energy and alertness, like never before. But the story doesn't end there. Kaldi shared his discovery with a local monastery, where monks found these magical berries useful to stay awake during their long hours of prayer. They began to dry and boil the fruit, creating a crude version of the coffee we know today. Thus, the coffee cherry transitioned from a fruit eaten by goats to a beverage savored by humans. From the monasteries of Ethiopia, the word of this magical fruit spread to the Arabian Peninsula. The traders of Yemen, enchanted by the invigorating effects of the drink, began to cultivate and trade coffee. This marked the beginning of coffee's long journey from the wild forests of Ethiopia to the bustling markets of the Middle East. As the beans traveled across the trade routes, they were roasted, ground, and brewed in a myriad of ways, each culture adding its unique touch to the preparations of this potent brew. The coffee traditions of the Middle East were as varied as the lands themselves, from the strong, dark Turkish coffee to the cardamom-infused Arabic kahwa. In time, coffee houses, or kahve-khane, sprang up across towns and cities. These became vibrant social hubs where people gathered to drink coffee, engage in conversation, listen to music, and play chess. They were the heart of public life, a place for the exchange of ideas, the birthplace of many a revolution. And so our beloved coffee began its journey from the wild forests of Ethiopia to the bustling trade routes of the Middle East. Imagine a world without coffee shops. Hard to picture, isn't it? Now, let's journey back in time to the Middle Ages, when the first coffee houses were born in the Middle East. These were not just places where people came to sip on their favorite brew. No, they were much more. They were vibrant hubs of social activity, where people gathered to exchange ideas, discuss politics, and engage in intellectual discourse. These coffee houses, often called schools of the wise, were the social media platforms of their day. But how did this beloved beverage make its way from the Middle East to Europe? Well, in the 17th century, merchants began to trade in coffee, bringing this intriguing drink to European shores. But the reception wasn't warm and welcoming from the start. Many viewed it with suspicion, dubbing it the bitter invention of Satan. It even faced bans in several places. However, coffee's enticing aroma and unique taste gradually won hearts, and it began to replace traditional breakfast drinks. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Until then, beer and wine were common breakfast drinks in Europe. Yes, you heard it right. Beer and wine for breakfast. But as coffee started to replace these alcoholic beverages, something fascinating happened. People began to notice a significant increase in their morning productivity. Yes, it seems coffee brought sobriety to the European breakfast table, and with it, a newfound alertness and focus. The Age of Enlightenment might owe more to this humble being than we realize. Instead of starting their day in a haze of alcohol-induced sluggishness, people were waking up to the stimulating effects of caffeine. This switch to coffee led to sharper minds, clearer thoughts, and, as a result, a surge in creativity and productivity that propelled society forward. So, the next time you take a sip of your morning coffee, remember this. It's not just a drink. It's a centuries-old tradition, a catalyst for social change and a driver of intellectual progress. Coffee not only changed our palates, but also transformed our mornings and workplaces. What would America be without its coffee? It's a question that might send shivers down the spine of any caffeine-dependent individual. As we journey into the new world, we see how coffee, this potent potion, made its grand entrance and left an indelible mark. The 17th century saw the introduction of coffee to America, brought over by European colonists. The dark, aromatic brew was initially met with suspicion, but it didn't take long before it became embraced as a warm and welcoming staple in many households. Imagine the bustling streets of colonial America, where coffee houses started to sprout like wildflowers. These places weren't just about the beverage, they were social hubs, buzzing with vibrant conversations and revolutionary ideas. It was in these coffee houses that the seeds of the American Revolution were sown. The tea-loving British imposed heavy taxes on their beloved beverage, leading to the infamous Boston Tea Party in 1773. This act of rebellion saw the colonists ditching their tea for coffee. The switch wasn't merely a matter of taste, it was a powerful statement of independence. Coffee soon became a symbol of the American spirit, a testament to their resilience and determination. As the centuries rolled on, the love for coffee spread across the continent, reaching the lush landscapes of Latin America. The perfect combination of fertile soil, high altitude, and tropical climate made countries like Brazil, Colombia, and Costa Rica ideal for coffee cultivation. The coffee plantations flourished, transforming the economic landscape of these nations. Coffee beans were not just crops, they were the lifeblood of the economy, offering employment and prosperity to millions. Latin America's coffee became renowned worldwide, their beans sought after for their distinctive flavor and quality. As we sip our piping hot cups of coffee today, we're not just drinking a beverage. We're partaking in a rich, historical journey that stretches across continents and centuries. From the ancient coffee houses of colonial America to the expansive plantations of Latin America, coffee has been more than a morning pick-me-up. Coffee was no longer just a drink, it was a symbol of freedom and prosperity. What if the pyramids and coffee are linked in ways we never imagined? Now there's a thought to stir your coffee mug. The theory we're about to delve into is as rich and intriguing as your favorite brew. Picture this: the Anunnaki, deities in the pantheon of ancient Sumerian, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Babylonian cultures. These are not just any gods, but celestial beings who supposedly walked among humans, sharing their advanced knowledge. But here's where things get interesting. Some theorists suggest that these cosmic visitors didn't just share knowledge, but also, perhaps, coffee. Yes, you heard that right. The idea is that the Anunnaki might have introduced coffee to the human laborers building the magnificent pyramids. Why? To energize them, boost their productivity, and ultimately help construct these awe-inspiring monuments more efficiently. So where does this theory come from? It's a blend of historical myth, speculation, and a dash of imagination. Ancient texts do speak of the Anunnaki providing food and drink to their human charges, but there's no explicit mention of coffee. Yet, the notion of a divine energy-boosting drink fits snugly into the coffee narrative, doesn't it? But before we get too carried away, it's important to remember that this Anunnaki coffee connection lacks concrete scientific evidence. It's a theory that's fascinating and fun to ponder, but it remains in the realm of conjecture. Researchers, historians, and scientists continue to explore and debunk such theories, seeking truth in the fog of the past. Despite the lack of evidence, the theory's allure endures, much like our love for coffee. The idea of a cosmic connection of ancient gods sharing this energy-boosting brew with humans adds an extra layer of mystique to our daily cup of joe. While the Anunnaki theory may lack evidence, it certainly adds an exciting twist to coffee's rich history. So the next time you sip your coffee, remember you're not just drinking a beverage. You're partaking in a tradition steeped in mystery, history, and perhaps even a touch of the cosmic. Coffee is not just a beverage. It's a productivity booster. In today's fast-paced world, coffee has become more than a delightful morning ritual. It is now a staple in our daily lives, fueling our productivity and efficiency at work. The modern coffee culture has seen a significant shift with the rise of specialty coffee. These are not your average beans, but rather, they're carefully selected from specific regions, meticulously processed, and then roasted to perfection to bring out unique flavors and aromas. This evolution in coffee culture has not only changed our coffee drinking habits, but has also shaped our work habits. Numerous studies have shown the impact of coffee on work efficiency. A cup of joe can enhance mental alertness and concentration, helping us to get through complex tasks and long meetings. It's the caffeine in coffee that works its magic, blocking the adenosine receptors in our brain, which are responsible for making us feel tired. It's no wonder that coffee breaks have become an integral part of work environments across the globe. And it's not just about individual productivity. The global economic impact of coffee is immense. The coffee industry, from farm to cup, employs millions of people worldwide. It drives local economies and, in many countries, is a significant contributor to national export revenues. In fact, coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world, after oil. But we shouldn't forget the social aspect of coffee. It's a conversation starter, a relationship builder, and a catalyst for collaboration. Whether it's a brainstorming session at a coffee shop, a business meeting over lattes, or a casual chat in the office pantry while waiting for a fresh pot to brew, coffee facilitates human connection, which is vital for a productive work environment. So, whether you're savoring a cup of Ethiopian yirgacheffe or a shot of Italian espresso, remember, you're partaking in a centuries-old tradition that shaped the world. From the Ethiopian highlands to your morning cup, coffee has come a long way. From its mysterious origins through the Middle Ages, across the New World, and even into cosmic theories, coffee's journey is as rich and diverse as its flavor profile. Its influence on work efficiency, from pyramid builders to modern office workers, is a testament to the power of this humble bean. So the next time you sip your coffee, remember the extraordinary journey of this humble bean and its incredible impact on our lives.